when I kept saying, what you want to know, why you steadily hawking and stalking and gawking like a lame, you never ever hit me from your game. I'm like, okay, this song is about to be about stalking. I like challenging myself with different topics. And also, I don't know too many songs where people are talking about stalkers, but I'm gonna talk about it.
When you steadily hawking, you steadily stalking, you steadily clocking, you steadily talking, what you wanna...
Yo, what it do is Jovan Landry, the 1/3 filmmaker, 1/3 photographer, and 1/3 MC, back again with another video. And today we are going to talk about my 5th track called What You Wanna Know off of my EP, Intellectual Frequencies. This was one of my favorite tracks to create. One of my most greatest, I'm gonna just say one of my most greatest productions, and probably the most strangest subject matter I probably ever talked about at least on my own project. It's just such a fun hip hop track. Definitely inspired by NERD and Pharrell. Breakdance music, breakdancing is probably definitely my #1 favorite dance form. I made this track March of 2020. It's so funny. It feels like all of the tracks from Intellectual Frequency was made between 2020 and 2022. When I kept saying, what you want to know, why you steadily hawking and stalking and gawking like a lame, you never ever hit me from your game. I'm like, okay, this song is about to be about stalking. This song is about to be about someone who is really, really fascinated, intrigued, and obsessed about me. That's what the song is about. Obsession and confronting stalkers. I definitely have a couple of stories. I'm not going to get too in depth because I don't know if they're watching. I've had moments in my life where men in particular just seem slightly, obsessive. I remember one guy in the music scene was giving creepy vibes, just really creepy vibes, and I don't know, just mad awkward and weird. And one day they messaged me on Facebook like, I want to make some music with you. I want to connect with you. Later on, I learned that said guy was only using making music with me as an excuse to get close to me. And he said, no, I appreciate the honesty, but I'm not interested, and thank goodness, because sometimes people don't get out of those situations. Some people don't get out of situations when they say no, or even no thank you. Even when you're polite about it, sometimes people and women don't always survive from saying no. And then the second instance with someone else, I just felt like we were just showing up at certain places at the same time. I just felt like when I met dude was off the rip, just on my tail, just all up in my face, trying to impress and, talk about how much they got and all that stuff. And for me, I'm not impressed with material things or someone possessing material things or thinking that is going to impress me. Just the cockiness, trying to overcompensate. Our timing was too in sync with each other, and it made me think like, are you watching my moves, or are you timing out when I, show up to this place? It just felt weird. That should be enough to write a song. And also too, I like challenging myself with different topics. And also, I don't know too many songs where people are talking about stalkers, but I'm going to talk about it, but also not in talking about it in a fun way where it feels comedic, where it feels like satire, where it feels like lighthearted, but it's also serious at the same time, especially when you hear like my energy inside of that track, Listen up. If you're a recording artist, I need y'all to catch this gem. So, when you release a new project or a single, you got to ask every time you drop something, hey, can you go pre-save my song? Pre-save my song? Pre-save my song. With Forever fans, you don't got to do that anymore. It's going to save you the time, energy, and effort. Whenever they pre-save, they will be pre-saved
for life. So that means the release that you're about to release, the release that you're going to release in the future, and all your past releases as well. And on top of that, they will be following your profiles. This is an amazing way to keep your fans and your listeners locked in for life. So if you want to get a 20% off code your first month, you can use my code refer20jovan. That's refer20jovan. Sign up today and you won't regret it. It's an amazing investment for your career. So catch this gem. Now let's get back to the video. So drums is like, and pause, 2, 3, 4, and I thought the bass line sounded really cool, but I wanted to enhance it a little bit more. To give it more oomph and distortion to it. So then I have another part. There's a pad that really makes the beat more lush and ethereal. Kind of fills it up a little bit. Okay, so this is part of the hook. So that's the hook. But you can't have the hook without the horn. So it's kind of responding to that lead I just put in before this. So it's kind of like going back and forth, like a polyrhythmic, I think is what they call it. Also, what's a part of the hook, and what I'm gonna do is just silence out some parts here, just so you can hear it. Bongos, I added those in. I ain't gonna do that live. It was a lot of layering and stuff that I was doing at that moment. So that's basically the backbone of this song. But when I was creating this song, writing the song, and listening back to the song, I remember I was in my car and I was just like beatboxing, like boom, 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 boom. I was like, I recorded myself and I went back to the lab and I recorded what I was beatboxing. I went from like a break beat to like kind of like a halftime. Kind of still 90s vibe as I'm like listening back, but it's also giving like, you know, today's vibe. Yep, I did keep the pad in there to kind of still keep that original vibe going. So yeah, this was what the second verse sounds like. I'm just wasted like your temptation and your fixation. So the outro of this song with live music, you know, you want to give some room for the instruments. So, and then what's a part of that? The sax. I added a horn, session horns. Going in. I remember that. I remember that much. And then, you know, you add everything back in. It's a little sloppy right now. But that's basically, that's kind of like my background to what you want to know in regards to how the beat was made, along with just, you know, me as well. Like, you know, of course, looking back, I think about how all of these different eras of music has inspired this song. But at the end of the day, when I made the beat, I just was just in my vibe at that time. And something amazing came out of it, which was what you want to know. So thanks for listening, and back to the video.
Let's go into the lyrics now. I be just chilling, relaxing, minding my business. You can ask down as my witness as I get this itch of suspicion, but I don't know why. My oh my, I can't ignore the things I'm feeling inside. I'm setting up the space of where, not even where I'm at, but what am I doing? But in my mind, as I'm writing it or looking back on it, I'm definitely in a public space. You can ask Don as my witness. I have a friend named Donovan. And I also just wanted to play off of it instead of saying, you can ask God as my witness. You know, I feel like that's something that's always been said. So I just wanted to like play off of it and say, you can ask Don as my witness, because, you know, this is setting up a space that I'm with my friend, hanging out, minding my business. You can ask my friend. He'll tell you that I'm minding my business. As I get this itch suspicion, you know, you're getting this like feeling in your body and your skin. Like, you ever felt a presence of someone? You don't even have to turn around, but you can just sense that there's like somebody there. Because I know sometimes people look at like itching of the palms, meaning that you're going to make money. Or if you hear your ears ringing, that means that somebody's talking about you. I'm sensing something. I don't know why, but I'm feeling it. But I can't ignore the things I'm feeling inside. My friend, thinking I'm weird, says he said it on the sly that I'm acting funny style. I turned around so fast and I'm like, I'm funny how? Just saying like, you know, now I'm feeling paranoid or whatever. My friend's saying like, you know, you acting funny style, which is like saying like you acting crazy. I think funny style, I don't know if it came from the 90s or from the 80s, but it's definitely like an old terminology. Like you being funny style, you acting weird, you acting crazy. But then I turn around, and that's why I follow up. It says, I turned around so fast and I'm like, I'm funny how? How am I funny? And then I say, I'm not a clown, but I know when I see one, you don't want to be one or begun to be shunned. Now let me backtrack and say this. Particularly this first verse is very much inspired by 80s hip hop and the style of how they were rap back then. I would definitely say Rakim is like the primary influence, because I just be thinking about I don't know, like, and that's why, like, when I rap this verse, I'm not as high pitched as I typically rap. You know, I want it to be cool, but I also didn't want it to be boring or like sounding too low. I still wanted to kind of like match the vibe of the song, but I still wanted to stay true into like this rock, this my channeling my inner Rakim when I was rapping this verse. Just notice as I'm rapping this verse, like I have this old school like, you know, rhyme delivery flow. I'm not a clown, but I know when I see one, which means like I'm not going to be played. I'm not going to be, you know, funny about it. Like I'm serious. I'm not going to be played, but I know a clown when I see a clown. And I'm saying, but and you don't want to be one or be begun to be shunned, aka if you are a clown, you're going to get shunned, you're going to get, you know, put down or whatever you think of shunning to be. Put the definition of shun right here. Did this play out in real time, like really? Or did it play out in my mind? I'm so silly. But I was taught to never ignore my gut feeling. It's so chilling as it gets more and more revealing. Am I thinking this? Is this really happening in my head? Like I'm feeling something, but is this my mind playing tricks on me, or is this really happening? But I'm gonna go off with my gut instinct. That's what I was taught, is, you know, to listen to your gut. And it's starting to feel more and more real. That's why I say it's getting so chilling, like I'm getting goosebumps, knowing that something is really there and it's not just like a paranoia. And then this is my favorite line. So now that my friend Don is seeing me feeling a little spooked out, and my friend said, "Do you want to go?" I'm diggity down. Dude want to follow us all around? I'm wiggity wild. I'm really astounded. He don't care if you really be found. I stayed alert by standing my ground. As my friend's like, "You want to go?" I'm down. But now as we're walking away, dude, this figure is following us. And I'm like, really? Like, you're really bold that you're gonna keep testing me? Okay. But I'm gonna stay alert, and I know that you're there, and I'm gonna let you know that I'm there. I'm gonna keep my foot on the ground. I sense that he's haunting, daunting, flaunting, acting like when you're talking, borderline at his stalking. That was crazy hot. I'm getting some wind that he passed me. It ain't enough to go say that he's harassing me. If you know where that part comes from, it's crazy hot. Came from Queen Latifah, UNITY. And that was crazy hot. One of them felt my booty, he was nasty. As the song is building up, as the production is building up, now I'm kind of going into it, flaunting, daunting. I don't like when you're talking, that was crazy hot. Cause now I feel like the tension is getting like hot. It's elevating, right? This dude is passing me, like I'm getting all of these signs and signals, but I can't catch them. Like I can't say like, this person's doing this to me. I see it, but it's like no one else sees it, or he's not directly touching me or hitting me, or, you know, he's doing just enough to where he can't get in trouble. He's doing just enough to make you feel weird. Trying to play it cool, but he's inciting the most. It's clear from many phones that he be liking my post because he's always lurking, trying to pretend. You got to move on or better find a new trend. So what you want to know? I'm seeing this person, because I see this person liking all my stuff. I block, restrict. Oh, you got another phone? Oh, you like me for this account too? Oh, but you got this account too? Based on true story, y'all. I've had someone follow me before from multiple accounts. I don't know if this person forgot their password or whatever the case, but I definitely know that they have like multiple accounts that they're liking me from. And then always lurking, trying to pretend as if like, oh, like I ain't doing nothing. But no, you better find a new trend. You better find something else to do. Leave me alone. But now I'm getting irked to the point where I'm saying, so what you want to know? What you want to know? while you steadily haunting and daunting and flaunting like a lame, you'll never ever hear me from your game. Verse 2. I spy with my little eye. All these little guys all in my eye. Give me 50 feet, you cross the line. Guilty as could be, you can't disguise. Obsession perplexes me, you can't define. Time to let it go, time to cut these ties. Your time is wasted like your temptations and your fixations. Ugh. I Spy, you know, it was a game we used to play as kids. I spy with my little eye something green. And everybody in the room had to guess what the green thing that you're spotting. If you look deeply in someone's eyes, you can see your reflection. And I guess for me, in my reflection of my eye, I see several guys that's inside of my eye. Inside of my eye, there's a reflection of all these little guys. It really makes me like kind of confused. It's time to let it go. It's time to cut the ties. You saying you want to hang, but clearly you playing games. You're mentally insane or maybe even deranged. I see ulterior motives. You're really trying to bang. Are you really damn serious? Get out of my way. What I said earlier, I've had moments where people think they can get close to me by trying to say, hey, I want to make a track with you. Hey, I want to do a photo shoot with you, but really be on some other stuff. I try to go my separate way, but then he goes unnoticed, going at it again. Seriously, he's still doing it, or he's still doing it to somebody else. He's doing it so well and like he's so coy with it that he just knows how to just slide under the door. So really the story of the song is like, it doesn't necessarily get solved. I'm letting him know, like, I see you. And perhaps he probably does leave me alone, or he has left me alone, but he's still doing it to someone else. So unfortunately I guess it doesn't really end well, but I feel good with acknowledging it. I feel good that I was able to say that, yo, I see you and you don't want none of this. But that's the song. I really love the production. I love the storytelling. I love the funniness about it. I love just the song is so dope. And I really hope you enjoy listening to it. It's called What You Want to Know by Jovan Landry, produced by Jovan Landry from the Intellectual Frequencies EP, streaming now, and you can get it directly from me on my website, jovanlandry.com/merch. Get the digital MP3, download, comment, like, and subscribe if you love this breakdown. Definitely got more for you soon. Thank you and peace.
So what you wanna know?